Welcome back. Today we're talking on the channel about Jack Daniel's 10-year-old, batch number 2, 97 proof. How will it hold up? Stay tuned, find out. Welcome back. Like I said earlier, we're talking today about batch number 2, Jack Daniel's 10-year-old whiskey. Better known, it's a bourbon. It goes through the same process most bourbons do. So a lot of people, a lot of YouTubers, a lot of people out there, they might say, oh, it's a Tennessee whiskey. Bro, it's a bourbon. It is. Let's get into it. This right here is the MSRP on this is usually about $70, $75, but good luck finding it anywhere for that price. And if you do, God bless you. I love you. That's awesome. I unfortunately got this through Unicorn Auctions for shipped $130. So that's almost double MSRP. But I have over here, I had last year's batch 1, which I was able to procure from Vreeland Market down where I live in Southeast Michigan for $85. So that wasn't too bad. It's only about $15 above. I can deal with that kind of price hike. The mash bill here is 87% corn, 12% rye, and 8% malted barley. We got a little bit into the bottle and what it is, and let's read the back. Aged 10 years old, maturing whiskey for more than 150 years. Gives us the knowledge necessary to slowly rest our Tennessee whiskey, bourbon, through its 10 summers. We think you'll agree, it's all worth the wait. Now, this is only a 700 milliliter bottle, bottle, same as last year's batch. So we got into the bottle, we got into that, but like I always say, what's the juice like inside? Let's get into that nose. Ooh. It punches through with a... Have you ever had a red raspberry where it's just on a cusp of being not a good raspberry? That really pungent note? That's what this smells like, right off the rip. You can see I had a little. I took this up north to my cousin's house, the one I found the Bardstown Origin rye. So I found that there, and he loved when I introduced him to this. On the 10-year-old batch 1, he absolutely loved it. So I brought this up, said, you know what? Let's compare batch 1 to batch 2, see what you think. He honestly preferred this one. What will I prefer? I preferred batch 1. But let's get back into that nose. So you got a sweet note, almost like a sweet vanilla with a banana note. It has a little bit, it's crisp. It's really crisp. I mean, you're talking the regular old number 7 is 80 proof. This is like a hyped up version. I did one on the bottled and bond. I brought that up there too. And he really liked that. Of course, my cousin's cuts pretty much everything with Coke. So he drank pretty much almost half of that bottled and bond with Coke. I was horrified, but hey, to each their own. This one here, he preferred to have neat just like I do. We got into the nose. Let's get into that first taste. You get the sweetness. The Kentucky Hug hits that mid palate, and it's just kind of right here. It has a cherry, like a cherry note, like cherries and cranberries. I know it sounds weird. It has a dryness on the mid palate back, like a dry oak. It's actually a little bit fierier than I remember. It has a soft note at the end, like a soft leather. But actually, you can definitely tell this is an amped up old number 7. 10 years old is definitely giving this bad boy a little bit of oomph to it. Let's get in for that second taste. Yeah, you get that dry oak, a lightly smoky note, and definitely a barrel char. The cherries now have a darker Bing cherry note. But overall, I mean, it's really good. For $130, I mean, if you can snag it for the $70, $75 MSRP that it's supposed to be, grab it. I mean, seriously, grab it. Add it to your collection. It's damn good. But now that I've had the batch 2, what's it like with the batch 1? So here's the batch 1. As you can see, I'm still slow rolling this one. Bottles are almost literally identical. Even the labels are identical. The only difference is this one here says batch 1 on the back. This one here says batch 2 on the bottom. See, now, it being open as long as it has, that the smell on batch number 1 is very soft, very subtle. I mean, like I said, you drank enough of it, but you get a little bit. This has been sitting out also, if I didn't say, I apologize, about 20, 25 minutes. But it's soft. You get a soft cherry and raspberry note, but it's very subtle. Yeah, see, sir, I still like the one, because that Kentucky Hug is just there and gone. The spiciness is there, the oakiness is there. It's not as drying as this one. Yeah, it's almost savory. It's like mouthwatering. I don't know if it's because it's been opened as long as it has next to this one. We'll find out. I mean, to have them both just in the collection and to have somebody say, hey, do you have this? Do you have that? Yeah, sure. But number 12, the 12-year-old, go ahead and take a peek on what that thing is going for online. It starts at $270. And honestly, there's no way in hell I'm paying $270 for 12-year-old Jack. We got in both the bottles. I'm your host, Brian. This is the Average Whiskey Drinker channel. And like I always say, find a bottle, open a bottle, enjoy the bottle. Because good whiskey, even ones that are technically bourbon, are always meant to be shared. Thank you so much. I'll talk with you soon.